Hello everybody and welcome to Dove Valley, where there is a, dare I say, Brock Vember feel in the air. I'm Nick Kosmider along with Mark Kiszla of the Denver Post. And Mark, news of the day, Brock Osweiler takes over for Trevor Siemian as the starting quarterback for the Broncos. What are your initial thoughts on the move by Vance Joseph and this organization?
It's the only move they could make. As Vance Joseph said, and has said repeatedly, if this team doesn't make turnovers, he feels like this is a winning football team. As Brock said when he was introduced in his first press conference as a starter, ball security is job security. So his job is to go out there and not mess it up for the defense.
I'm curious about the muscle memory involved here, because when I talk to some players in the Broncos locker room, particularly on the defensive end, Domata Peko, who played for the Bengals in 2015 when Brock Osweiler led a comeback from 14-3 at halftime, he said he was impressed with the way that he had that poise, that he didn't turn the ball over in that game, and really all that much when he had that 5-2 stretch. Does that inspire confidence in a team that saw him do that in that capacity, albeit back in 2015?
A couple years ago, I remember the Broncos locker room distinctly after his first start in Chicago. And players were giddy because they were afraid Brock would walk out there and line up behind the guard. And instead, he was competent. If I remember correctly, he threw a short pass to Demaryius Thomas early that became a score. And he learned right then, on this team, you lean on your defense, you let your playmakers make plays, and don't try to do too much, which Trevor Siemian did repeatedly in his last start. And that's the one thing Brock knows he can't do in his first start.
We know the formula for this team. It's been talked about a lot. And Brock, the fact that he knows that's his responsibility, I think is a good first step. But here's the question. Can he keep from turning the ball over? Can this offense help him keep from turning the ball over? And will this move give the Broncos a chance to get back into this playoff race?
If they pull an upset, and it will be a big upset, if they win in Philadelphia or they beat New England, then they're back in the playoff race. If they lose both those games, then they're playing for 2018. It's actually, I think, a good position for Brock Osweiler. Nobody in the NFL expects the Broncos to win these two games. So the pressure should be off. If a couple years ago, nobody expected the Broncos and Brock Osweiler to beat Tom Brady in Denver, but it happened. And that was the game that put the Broncos on the roll to the Super Bowl. Is this a Super Bowl team? No. But can it be a playoff team if Brock can find a way to pull off an upset in the next 2 weeks? Yes.
Well, ball security is job security. That's the word of the day. We'll see if Brock Osweiler can hold on to the ball and hold on onto his job going forward. Keep it locked into Denver Post for all the coverage of today's big announcement. I'm Nick Kosmider along with Mark Kiszla. We'll see you next time.
Brock Vember?